Hi YouTube, it's M6EB here, back again with another video today. Today we are doing the Retevis RT3S. Now this is a dual band 70 sems and 2 meters DMR radio. I've heard of it coming out for quite a while and I'm really glad to get my hands on it. I was a massive fan of the RT3, so this is obviously the updated version of it. So stay tuned for the video, hope you like it. Please like, comment and subscribe for more videos, and stay tuned. Let's begin. Right, we'll have a look at the computer now. So I just wanted to basically show you where you can buy it. Everything will be in the description, so don't worry about that. Obviously there's my website as well, which has got loads of nice detailed pictures on, and I'll also try and put the firmware on there as well, so you've got it. So here's the radio on Retevis website. Mine's the GPS model, so this is it here, $140, really worth it in my opinion. This is what the RT3 was before, when it was just 70 sems, but now it's dual band, so it's really good. So some of the features here, we've got GPS, we've got obviously it's motor turbo compatible, you know, we've got your digital 2 time slots. We've got the firmware upgradable. There's 2 firmwares, I think, as I said in my other part of the video there. You can put the one where you record the 8 hours of audio, or you can put 120,000 contacts. I go for the contacts, I think most people will, but you know, at least you've got the option to put both on there. So what's some of the other, yeah, up to 3,000 channels. The old one was just 1,000 channels. This one's 3,000. It does come with a letter, which I'll put on my website as well, so check out my website. It's got loads of more detailed information if you're interested there. So yeah, we've got Vox, another nice little feature. 2,000 milliamp hour batteries. I mean, pause the video, look for yourself at all the specs here. I'm just sort of floating over some of the information there. We had a look in the box at what you get. So yeah, really nice. They also have a Facebook group. Well, so not a Facebook group, a Facebook page where you can send them a message if you've got any issues. They're really helpful on there. They've helped me out a couple of times, and they're really good. They really stand by the products, Retevis. I really do like them. I mean, I don't know if you saw my Ailens HD1 review, but amazing radio. So Retevis are really on it at the moment. So there's the Retevis radio here. I was trying to show you some of the contacts coming through before, you know, on the display. So I'm trying to wait for somebody to come through. So anyway, it seems to be working fine. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that as well. And here's my website. I've got loads of reviews on there of other radios, so check them out. As I said, I've got the Radio Oddity, I've got the high tier, I've got loads. I've got the PMR radios from Retevis. They were really good as well. So yeah, head over to that. So thank you for watching. Right, let's have a closer look at the radio now. Really nice. I really like this radio. I've had it a good few days now, and it's really grown on me. I did like the RT3. I did like that radio. So this is basically the same sort of radio, but they've just improved a lot of the features with it. One of the most noticeable features is the channel selector knob on the RT3 only went to 16 positions. This one will go a full 360. That's something I really like about this radio. Same really nice colour display. I really like the display on this. Same Kenwood style connector port on the side to program your radio. Really like that. That's a really nice feature. 2,000 milliamp hour battery. It really lasts well as well. I don't have any issues with it. One thing I wish they would have done is put the belt clip on the actual frame of the radio, because obviously if you want to take a spare battery, you would have to find another belt clip to put on it. But you know, no problem, no biggie. We've got the rubber buttons on the side, we've got the nice orange accent on the PTT, and they're really nice buttons as well. I really do like them. They're really tactile, quite like those. We've got the keypad, really nice clicky buttons on there. They're very nice, all obviously backlit. Really loud speaker. I've had no issues whatsoever with the speaker on that. Can hear it, no problem at all. I've also programmed in my, well, it's not so local, GB3FC, which is about 10-12 miles away, analog repeater, and I can actually activate that from here, which not a lot of radios can do for me, so that's a really good sign for this radio. So yeah, really like it, really good. So we'll have a quick look at the box now. You can see they've obviously it's got a sticker over there, so they've obviously used the RT3 box and obviously put an RT3S sticker on it. So, which is, you know, fair enough, because it's basically the same radio with some of the extra features. This is the GPS model, really good. I've tested it, works really well. So no problem at all on the GPS, really works. I can't show you that now because obviously we're inside. So as I say, it does 5 watts on high power. Have a quick look at the box there. We've got the RT3S, some of the specifications being dual band. There's 2 firmwares for this radio. One that allows up to 8 hours of recording, so obviously if you're having a nice transmission with somebody, or you want to keep a log of your transmissions, that's a really good feature there, so you can record up to 8 hours. The other side of the firmware you can put on will allow up to 120,000 DMR contacts in the radio. Now this is what I use, and I think that's what I think most people would use. 120,000 is really good. The current database as it stands right now is at 100,000 near as damn it. So that gives you a little bit of leeway in there. So that's a really good feature. We'll have a quick look in the box. As I say, we've got a bit of plastic. As I say, I've opened it all obviously. We've got the programming cable. We'll do a little bit of programming in a minute so you can see that. We've got the little insert there. We've got the user manual. I think it's the RT3 manual. I don't think it's sort of changed from the RT3. So if you do have the RT3 or the MD380, you're going to be very familiar with this radio anyway. As I say, it's not complicated to use. It's really straightforward. And you do get a letter with it outlining the key differences. As I say, I will leave this letter on my website with a lot of detailed pictures for this radio, so you can see really good quality pictures, and I'll put the letter on the website as well. And I'll also put the firmwares on the website, so you can, because I don't think Retevis have updated their website with those yet. So yeah, that's basically in the box. You obviously get the charging cradle, and with the power adapter, and they sent me the UK adapter for that. So we'll have a quick look at the actual radio itself. Just move that out of the way. I'll have a bit of a quick look at the actual radio's menus and things. So yeah, really like it. I'm on the Parrot now, so we might as well just have a quick test, and then you can see what the audio's like. So just give me 1 second. This is Mike 6, Charlie Echo Bravo. Mike 6, Charlie Echo Bravo testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Mike 6, Charlie Echo Bravo. Mike 6, Charlie Echo Bravo testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go. Sounds really well. You know, I really like it. I've had no problems at all. As I say, I find it very sensitive. Picks up my hotspot, no problem. It picks up my local repeaters, no problem. We'll have a quick look at the menus. We've got the contacts, the scan. You can obviously have scan zones. I've got 2 zones at the moment. I've got my analog repeaters, which I'm going to be working on. I'll put a few extra in there. And I've obviously got my hotspot there with my DMR talk groups in there. So if we go back to the main screen, you can just rotate the channel selector all the way around. And obviously you're not limited. If you remember on the RT3, you only had 16 positions. So then you would have to have another zone with another 16 in it, if you know what I mean. So this is really nice. You can just have it all in one, and you can go infinite. It's really good. So we have messages. You can send messages, same usual DMR affair. Track of your call log. Some of the utilities we've got. Talk around. You can obviously change the alert tones, keypad tones.
As I said, there was 3 power settings: low, medium, high. That's really, really good. I'm glad they did that, really. It gives a little bit more finesse to what you want to use. Try and extend that battery. You can obviously adjust it how you want. So where we've got the backlight, you can have it on always. That was not something you could do on the RT3. So I don't think you could anyway. So that's a nice feature. You've got a really, really varied squelch. You can go right up to 9 there and get the setting you really want. Intro screen, you can have picture. As I say, I don't know if they've allowed you to change the boot screen like you can on the Alien, so I'm not sure about that. The keypad lock, you can have it set to manual or auto lock. I just have mine on manual. The LED indicator, you can have it on or off. I just obviously have mine on. You can have a password lock. What else have we got here? We've got the clock standard mode, channel mode, memory mode. Voice announcements, that's obviously when you got that I don't think it's actually a Chinese voice. I think they've got a sort of an English type of voice on it, I think. I think the old one used to have a sort of a Chinese.
1, 12, 1, 2.
So that's quite good, actually, because you used to have like a Chinese voice, but they've really thought about this radio, and that's a nice little thing. I like that they've added. Obviously, I just turn mine off. The contact CSV, we'll have a look on the computer in a minute, and we'll show you how we put the contacts on. Really straightforward, not a problem. But this is where you can just turn them on or off. Private call, not sure what that is. Oh, private call match, I'm not 100% sure what that is. Group call match, I've just had that turn on. I have them both on. Group hang time, menu hang time, obviously how long you want it to hang in the menu before it goes back to the main screen. TX mode, the last channel. There's some few extra features there. So it's really nice. As I say, I'm going to play with it more as time goes on. So let's have a look. You can have 2 like dual receive there, I think. So you kind of use the arrow key and you can kind of select. Yeah, let me see. All right, so maybe. I'm not sure, 100% sure. Yeah, I thought you might have been able to put the two different dual receives, but I don't think you can. So we'll just go back to the hotspot, and then we will see if we can get something to come through on it. Probably best on 91, see if there's any activity. Sorry for feedback. Got my speaker right close to it. Right, so there's no activity at the moment. But yeah, really nice radio. I really, really like it. As I say, we'll go on the computer and we'll have a look at some other little bits and pieces on it. So thank you for watching that part.
Right, we'll have a look at the programming software now. I've had quite a few questions about programming on DMR radios. In all the radios that I've ever done, I usually get a question about programming. But they're all very much the same. People get a bit frightened with DMR, and it's really not complicated once you get the general gist of it. They're basically broken into 3 parts, really. You would have your contacts here, where you've got digital contacts. This is where you would put all your talk groups in there. Then you would make a channel where you would use the drop down to put the talk groups in, and then you would create the zone. But we'll have a quick look anyway, but it's really nothing to worry about. So when you start the software up here, you've got the general setting here. Then you would put your radio name there. I've just put mine as M6EB. You would then put your ID in here. I haven't got mine in there, but you put your DMR ID in there. Most of this stuff, I kind of just left it as it is. I mean, pause the video, have a look at the settings. You can go through it and pick the bits you want. This is obviously if you want the intro screen. You can either have it on the Retevis boot logo, or you can get it to put M6EB from Freckleton. Whatever you want in there. So basically that's the setting there. Menus, as I say, most of it you just leave alone. Button definitions. This is quite a good thing. On the side of the radio, you've got your orange accented PTT in the middle, and you've got the user programmable buttons either side that you can use to do different functions. So the top button, the short press, I've used as a power select, so I can use low, medium, high power just by clicking it without having to go into the settings manually. And then I haven't assigned a long press yet, but then you would have a long press which would then do a different setting. The settings you can pick, there's loads here, you know, there's loads to go at. Side button 2, one touch access, that's how I've got mine set up. So here on one touch access I've set mine to disconnect, so I can just tap my bottom button and then hit the PTT and it will disconnect automatically. You know, it uses the 4000 command and just disconnects it. So that's really straightforward. So then we'll have a look at the digital contacts. That's obviously where you put your contacts in. And then the channels here, the way I usually do it, say if you're doing like a hotspot or something, is just do one and then copy and paste them. So say here talk group 9, you know, obviously it would just say channel 1 for you until you've inputted the information. So you would have here digital or analog. Obviously if you're doing a digital stuff, you'd put your digital there. Infinite timeout timer, that's what I use. And then you can select your power settings. You can change it obviously while you're in the radio, but this is just as it is, as when you're setting it up. So yeah, just put low power. The RX and the TX frequency is, for my hotspot, is obviously the same, RX and TX, so that's in there. And then you would pick your contact name here, so you would just click the drop down of the contacts we made just before, so they would go in there. Color code and repeater slot, I've just obviously, mine's just one for each of those. And then once I've got this sort of channel how I like it, I would then go here and then right click and click copy, and then go back to the channel there, right click and add, and then here it would say channel, and then I would then paste. So if I go here, copy, and then click that and go paste, now it's pasted all the information. So then you can call it, I don't know, whatever you want, and then select down from whatever talk group, and then when you come out of it, that's what it's called it, and then that's the talk group it is. So once you've got your channels and you've got your contacts in your channels, then you just need to put it in a zone. So here you've got zone information. I've got 2 zones, as you might have seen earlier in the video. I had hotspot and analog repeaters. So my hotspot are, in these all the channels that I want in the hotspot. This is the new channel we just did there as a test. Obviously if you add new channels as you go along, you would then need to add it into your zone. So I can then just whiz that over, and there you go, it's in. GB3FC being an analog repeater, I don't want this in my hotspot zone, I would want that in my analog repeaters zone. So there you go, the analog repeater zone doesn't have any of the digital stuff in it, it just has the analog in it. And then you would just do the same, you would then right click and add a zone. Sorry, we're in scan list here, but it's the same principle. So add a zone, there you go, so you can just make up your own zones. So here I've got hotspots, and these are all my hotspots channels. These are all the analog repeater channels. At the moment I've only got one analog repeater, GB3FC. As I add the more channels from down here, I would just add them into that zone. There's the zone we created. So if we wanted this zone to just cover everything that we've done, we could just put everything here and then just add everything into it. So it would be a mix of analog and digital all in that one zone. I mean, I don't recommend you do, I mean, it's up to you I suppose, but I like to keep them separately. So just think of your zones as folders. So you kind of, in those folders you've got, you know, more detailed inside them, if you will. So in your hotspot or your, you know, digital repeaters, you could have analog repeaters. So in that digital repeater folder you would have all the digital repeaters near you. In your analog repeater folder you would have all your analog repeaters, and then all you know, all your channels are down here. I don't know if I'm overcomplicating it here, but it's really straightforward. You just have your channels with your contacts in a zone. That's basically it. So hopefully that's helped you a little bit with the programming software. Thank you for watching. Right, I wanted to just quickly show you how to update the firmware on the radio. A lot of you probably know how to do this, but basically you get the firmware update tool. I'll leave the files on my website until Retevis, because obviously it's a brand new radio, they haven't done an updated firmware for it yet. So I have the original firmware that the radio kind of ships from the factory with until they've updated it at their end. So you can head over to my site, download it. You'll have 3 files in there. One which is the update tool, which is here, and then you have the 2 firmwares. One where you can record 8 hours, or one as a CSV contacts firmware, so you can choose either one. So basically you would then plug your radio in into your programming cable, into your radio, sorry, into your computer. You would then hold the top button and the PTT button at the same time, and then turn on your radio, and then your radio is in DFU mode. You can see it's blinking red and green. So once you've done that, that's all you have to do on the radio. Yeah, obviously open up the update tool here. This is what you'll see. This is blank, I've just already sort of pre-done this bit, but you would then click open file upgrade there, and you would, as I say, these 2 firmwares, select which one you want. This one which says REC, this is the recording option, and this one which is CSV is the one where it allows you to have 120,000 contacts. So I'll select that one, click open, and then you would hit there, download file of upgrade, and then give it a couple of minutes. That'll send it to your radio. You'll then get a pop-up saying success. Once you've got that pop-up saying success, turn your radio off like that. Take your programming cable out of the radio so there's nothing connected to the radio, and then turn your radio back on, and then you've upgraded the firmware. So that's basically it. Hope that helped anyway. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your comments, all your likes, and everyone who's subscribed. It really means a lot to me. I hope you really liked it. Really good value for money. I'll leave a link in the description to all the bits that you can get, all the bits of information that we talked about in the video. So thank you very much. I've been M6CB. You've been very kind to watch. Until the next time, 73.